Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you all for joining us on From Hot Girls to Hot Flashes. I am Kiki J,
I'm Jay Renee.
and we just want to thank you all again so much for supporting us, for the likes, the follows, the suggestions. Thank you all so much for your support, for listening to us on all of our platforms. Jay Renee, how was your week this week?
And girl, please, it was a whole week. I am just glad that tomorrow is Friday. It is almost over. Because what is somebody we know always says ing after stuff? The work be working, life be lifing, and all that stuff. Listen, I'm here to tell y'all right now, I am not a trendy person. I don't keep up with all the latest in the best. I don't claim to be the leader in nothing. But I tell you what, the way I have been feeling lately. Oh, and I do need to say before we really get into it, as Kiki J said, thank y'all so much for the support because we are in this thing again. We are not medical professionals. We're not giving advice. We're simply sharing our journey, and y'all are along for the ride. This has been phenomenal. The response you guys have given us, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe wherever you get your podcast. Okay, enough of that. This week,
Has been
this
weeking.
week. Yes, the week has been weeking. And when I tell you that all the stuff that we do, the things that we try to juggle, I said in previous podcasts, trying to juggle life in addition to going through perimenopause and the symptoms and all this other stuff, it manifests itself. It rears its ugly head every day because this week, what I've been going through, girl, mood swings.
Yes,
My
yes.
mood has been up, down, in, around, back, and forth, and the week is not even over yet.
hmm
So I know some of you guys can probably relate. Kiki, I know you can probably relate too.
I can, and shout out to Susan. She requested that we talk about mood swings, and it just so happened that this week has been an up and down week for us. So thank you all so much for your support. Thank you for the suggestions. So let's talk about mood swings and how perimenopause affects mood swings. So you often hear about people talking about, increased irritability. Why? Again, everything goes back to those hormone levels, your estrogen level. During perimenopause, your estrogen drops. It goes up and down, and those up and downs affect your mood. So you have heightened emotional insensitivity. Excuse me. Sometimes I cannot get words out. Increased sensitivity, more frequent anxiety or worry, and feelings of sudden sadness and depression. So all of those affect your moods, all of those things. So let's talk a little bit about moods. How's the husband this week? Have you have you had to lose it on him or lose it on anybody at
Listen,
work? What's happening?
and the reason why we're laughing, y'all, is because Kiki knows how I get down. Everybody knows how I do. I keep to myself. I leave others alone. I'm very friendly. I'm very personable, but do not do certain things such as try to call me out my name. Don't try to overtalk me, and don't try to respond to what I'm saying before I finish my thought. Those three things have manifested themselves this week to the point where I found myself almost exploding over somebody because I had these feelings. You talk about irritability. Again, one of my pet peeves, don't talk over me. While I'm talking and trying to get out my point, when it comes to the da 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 da, I can't stand it. And
Mhm.
then in a professional setting where you try to remain professional, try to remain cool, try to remain calm, when you're on this perimenopause journey or when you're in the throes of perimenopause, it's as if rationality just goes out the window. You don't care what someone is saying. All you are trying to do is trying to bring yourself back down because everything irritates you. The sound of their voice, the timbre of their voice, the pronunciations of their vowels. Shakira, whoo! I'm girl, I'm trying to bring it down. I try to bring it down. Mood swings, you guys, are a thing. Hey, comment below. Let us know some examples of situations that you have had with mood swings because it happens and it comes without warning. And
Yes.
what do you do when it comes without warning? I mean, like I said, I know you've had this too, and it there's no certain time frame where mood swings can It pop
It
up.
just happens. It just happens. And this week at work, it's so funny. Like, the people at work know when I'm about to say something, and everybody's like, "Ooh, ooh, it's happening. It's happening." And I don't even know when it's happening. We get in a meeting, and somebody is usually the same person says something, and I just like my mouth gets the best of me, and I just let the words come out. And it's always entertaining for those around me. But I'm like, did I really have to do that? Did I really have to have that response? But yes, that's what my brain told me I had to have. I had to have that response. I had to address that person the way that I did because sometimes you just have to get your point across. And at work, I cannot let my favorite words fly because anybody knows me knows that, I curse like a sailor. I have tried to keep it cute for you all, but those words come out often. And so, it's just sometimes it just hits and you have to get your point across. But that just happens. And I think now I've shared previously I had a hysterectomy almost 10 years ago, and I feel like I'm more mellow now. I don't know what it was, but like losing my uterus did something to me because I would fly off the handle so quickly. I would curse you out in a minute. I would just not think. I would just react. But now I'm kind of chill. So if you get me to the point where I'm not chill, you've done something, or I'm just having a high hormone day or something because typically I'm kind of mellow, but it pops out every once in a while that mood shifts and I'm
And
sorry,
that's
but
not the
it
Kiki
happens.
J I know. That's not the Kiki J that I'm used to talking to and, things like that. And as someone who still has her uterus intact, I can say that this is a symptom. Like I said, it pops up out of nowhere. I literally find myself sometimes trying to fight internally to push that irritability and anger and annoyance down. And in the beginning, when I was having mood swings, at first I just thought, you're working too much or people are asking too much of you, or you are trying to be in 5 different places at once, too much multitasking. But then it is a legitimate symptom of perimenopause. And if you don't deal with it correctly, it leads into anxiety. And as we all know, in this current world that we're living in, to be anxious, to be on 10, to be in survival mode, it's a lot. It takes a lot out of you mentally, physically, emotionally, everything. So if you don't deal with the mood swings when they come about, or if you can't recognize the symptoms and the signs and how to deal with them, then that anxiety is going to blossom. And we're going to talk about anxiety in just a minute. But with the mood swings, Kiki, for you, it's like, how do you regulate your mood swings? Like, what have you found that works for you?
So I have to find ways like that word self-care. I know we hear self-care a whole lot, but self-care
It's
really
trendy
does
now.
help
Yeah.
me. It is. And we were doing it before, but there just wasn't a trendy topic, right? So I have to find stuff to kind of relax me, to kind of keep me, like I say, level. I like to use the word level. I try to keep myself level, like right here. I don't want to be too high or too low. So I do stuff. I read every day. I even set book goals every year. I did not meet my goal last year. I only read 100 and I think 120 books or so last year. But I read, I color, I play games on my tablet, little mindless like little games just to keep my brain active and to kind of keep me mellow. I just try to make sure that I like take time to just be quiet. I like quiet. I like, don't do a whole lot of chatter around me. I don't like a lot of noise, just kind of, nice, mellow, low key things to kinda keep me stress free.
Mhm.
What works
And
for
for a
you?
lot of people that yeah, for a lot of people that aren't able to have that, some of the things that I have found that works, for me, and those are great ideas. Yes, I am a voracious reader, but when it comes to regulating mood swings, what I said in a couple of previous pods were, making sure to do the thing naturally, herbally. I found that that works. Now that works for me. Black cohosh, ashwagandha root. These things are known to help regulate your mood swings, decrease your anxiety, and just make it so you can kind of level out. Now, there are some women who prefer to do over the counter medications. You can try the Estroven, you can try Amberin. There are certain things out there that you can, oh, if I can just pop a pill, everything will be great. And you have those options.
Mhm.
Other options that I've heard from, my friends and other people, herb. Honey, herb, that flower makes you mellow, whether it's a hybrid, indica, sativa. Some of my friends, they swear by that. That's the only thing that will calm them down. That's the only thing that will help with their hot flashes, night sweats, the mood swings, everything. Those that don't want to partake in herb, and there are some places where it's not legal. So some people do gummies. You have CBD, you have CBD oils, you have THC, you have THCP. There are a lot of different things that are available out there, but you just have to decide, what works for you. For me, the cohosh, the ashwagandha root, those things, the red clover tea, the natural fruits, they really help with my mood swings. I
Yeah.
found out that what you ingest, again, has a lot to do with what goes on. And as you can see, while we're talking, you see what's going on. You see that face is getting shiny. Here we go. Woo! Here's one of those
Whew.
hot flashes again.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
for the past couple of weeks, they've just been centered right here, like on my face. And when it goes out like that, it makes me irritable. When I get irritable,
Mhm.
here come the mood swings. So
Mhm.
everything is
Yeah.
always connected. And then
Yeah,
it brings up,
definitely.
that topic of what we want to talk about now is the anxiety that's associated with mood swings. Kiki, I know, honey, this is your wheelhouse. So I'm gonna let you take it
Yes.
while I deal with this hot
Anxiety
flash.
anxiety hit me hard, right? So I had never had issues with anxiety before my whole life. Like I've been fine, but I found myself getting it start with overstimulation and that word I know is out a lot and I never experienced overstimulation. Like, what is that? So, when you're in a room full of people, you can't control the noise and you don't know where to go, and your brain is just moving a lot. It's just so much movement, so much happening and you can't center yourself. Like there's just so much and so much noise and I just get so anxious like I just want to crawl into a little hole and just stay there. Um because I don't know how to deal with it, right? It's just so much and there's so much things going on in my brain at one time. And I'm gonna share a story. I'm a story girl. So this past Christmas, I had my mom and my mother-in-law here with me at the same time. I love them so much. I do. I enjoy having them with me. I do. But and I did not know that my anxiety would hit because I love Christmas. Christmas is my favorite holiday. I put up a tree. I have a theme every year. We do game night on Christmas Eve, invite family and friends over. It's a huge thing. And normally I'm here for it. Normally I do well, right? During that whole season. But this year, my anxiety hit me hard. And I found that I got overstimulated. My anxiety came. I was in my room about to cry, like sitting on my bed, and I didn't know why. I didn't know what was happening because it was just so much. And I think I put stress on myself, like, you have to make it perfect. You have to make sure the house looks a certain way. You have to make sure the food is right. Have to make sure everyone's entertained and all these things, and it just became too much, and I didn't know what to do with it. And so, I talked to my doctor, and I am now on medication. I pop a pill every day, and I know I've been trying to do this journey without medical assistance, right? I've been trying to do natural things, drink more water, exercise, eat right, but sometimes that's just not enough. And so Lexapro is now my friend. I take
Okay.
it every day and my anxiety has lessened. And so, we talk to your doctor, make sure that you talk to your medical professional. Don't try to do anything on your own. I did try Amberen. I have some right here on my desk. I did that for a while and it seemed to help, but not it didn't do enough for me to justify me taking it every day, right? I was just like, well, it's helping, I think, but I don't see a major change. So I stopped taking it and I started taking the Lexapro. And now that has helped me a lot. So, I'm not telling
Wow.
you all what to do, but for me, that helped my anxiety and I feel a whole lot better. I have not had like an episode like that because I felt like it mentally exhausted me, but it physically exhausted me too. My whole body felt like it was just going to shut down. I was so tired. And I think we don't talk about that. We don't think about that. Like your mental exhaustion affects your body too, right? I'm sure you've gone through that,
Yep.
right? Jay Renee?
Yep, because they always think that you're supposed to go, 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 go. As women, y'all know we're taught that you got to be on the move and you got to be on the go. And if you're sitting down, if you're not doing something that's productive, you're being lazy.
Lazy.
And it's like, no, it's just like you just said, Kiki. Sometimes doing it naturally isn't enough. Sometimes doing it holistically is not enough. And that's okay. Everybody is different. Every woman has their own journey, has their own story to tell. You guys, some of the comments and some of the stories that we have heard, some of the things that we have received since starting this podcast, we know we are not alone. And it's like Kiki said, that exhaustion, ladies, get your rest. Kiki,
Mhm.
get your rest. I get my rest. Honey, I'm like my dad. I go to bed with the chickens.
Yes.
And it's necessary, whatever, it's necessary for us to be productive. There is no way you can be productive. I'm not on any kind of medication. I don't think I've ever felt overstimulated like you, but I have had times of irritability that would pop out of nowhere and I'm sitting around looking and everyone around me is innocent. They're just having
Mhm.
regular conversation. But
Mhm.
sometimes I find myself internalizing it. Oh, so what are you trying to say? Oh, so what
Mhm.
you really mean? Oh, is that supposed to be something about me? Defensive mode
Yes.
automatically. And I have learned to get to that point to say, well, you know what? It's not me. It is what I'm going through, the changes that my body is putting me through. So, ladies, like I said, let us know. Let us know how you feel. Let us know some of the things that you're doing because this is something that is not going to just go away. It's not something trendy that every woman does that we decide, you know what? To make my mate irritable or to get on my children's nerves or to cause ripple effects in the family, let me go ahead and do this. This
No.
stuff, we can't control it, and we know we can't control it. So I like the way, Kiki, you leaned in and you did your thing, and you are doing what works for you. And that's all we can do on
That's
this
it.
perimenopausal journey. Because, honey, what do we say? Honey, that hot girl look, I
Mhm.
got it. Ain't nobody messing with me.
Yes.
Y'all can hang it up. I'm
Mhm.
this, I'm the baddest bitch. Now it's like, oh Lord, help me, Father. It's just
Yes. 'Cause I
I'm
I
getting on
say
my
it all the
nerves.
time.
Get out of here.
Perimenopause is trying to take me out. Every day she shows up in a new way. Perimenopause, I promise you, is trying to take me out, but she is not going to win. Okay. I
Ain't
am
going
going
anywhere.
to come out of this victorious. She will not
Yes,
win
feel it.
at
We
all.
all are. We all are because y'all, we deserve it. As women, we are the blueprint for everything. We're the blueprint for the children. We're the blueprint for the husbands. We're the blueprint for everything. And what happens when there's something wrong with the blueprints? You got to go back. You got to get it right. You have to make those adjustments. And that's what perimenopause, this journey is all about. Y'all, we have to make these adjustments, but we can't make the adjustments until we actually know what needs to be adjusted.
Exactly,
And
exactly.
there
We
you
have
have
to
it.
pivot. Every day is a pivot. Like you wake up with a plan and it does not go well because something happens, it throws a wrench in that. So you have to learn how to pivot, evolve, and just keep moving, right? Because the symptoms
Yes.
are going to keep coming. But we have to power through it. We have to.
Yeah. And we're going to do our best. So, all right, you guys, hopefully we've been able to give you some good information today on mood swings, anxiety. Don't forget, if you have issues that you cannot deal with on your own, talk to your medical professional, talk
Yes.
to someone
Hmm.
about what you're going through so you can get yourself regulated and get back to being you.
Yes.
So, until the next time, thank you guys so much for joining us for hey, from hot girls to hot flashes and Kiki J. If there's nothing else, honey, we will see you next week.
Make sure you follow us.
Bye.
Bye.